Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak, and next is Mike Brenner. Today is Friday, May 6th. This is the MLB Odds Couple show. We got a full slate of games. Mike Brenner, you know, ups and downs in sports betting. Yesterday was an up for us, so we'll
I should bring in a broom for you, Pistol Pete. Sweeping the board.
You had two losers only because you gave 7 picks.
Yeah, well,
so 5 and 2 kicking
5 and 2, but the other one almost came back. The Mets came back in the ninth. They pulled it off, but 4 of my 5 wins were run lines.
Unbelievable. So let's throw the record up on the board. Mike Brenner, you are your ROI and units. I didn't memorize the exact numbers. It's about 10 for each, plus 10 units, plus 10% ROI. You're hitting about 55%, and your average line is like an even money line, which is very impressive, Mike Brenner.
I hope I can just sustain it another day, just one day at a time.
I hope that the viewers understand how impressive that is, how difficult that is to do. Because
I had a guy yesterday told me, Brenner, your picks suck. You suck in baseball. You're not making anybody any money. I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can. I don't know any better. If you know something better, then tell me. All right?
A 10% ROI in MLB is basically unsustainable. Maybe you can do it, but it's incredibly good.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Let's keep doing it then.
With that being said, what was the record on those second half tweets?
Oh, that's NBA. We'll catch the NBA Odds Couple show. We'll talk about that. Yeah, 50. My Twitter is P Loshak. All right, so let's try to do what we did yesterday.
Let's do it.
Well, let's start with the one thing that you tried to do yesterday that wasn't successful. What do you think about it today? The Mets again with Syndergaard starting as a big road favorite. You know, it's very tricky when the Mets go across country into
play late
into a weird park like San Diego, but then they have this stud starter on the mound, a big favorite line. Certainly understand why you'd want to take Syndergaard here, but it's a tricky situation. What do you think?
It is. And last night showed me. You know, them going out West Coast kind of throws them off a bit. And, they just did not look in sync at all until the ninth inning. So I'm staying off of that one for sure.
Me too. And
wouldn't be surprised, though, if the Mets bounce back and get another W.
But it wouldn't be surprised if they lost again because Tom Morantz has had some good starts at home.
Yes, he has.
And, again, if the Mets were even money, I would definitely consider taking them. At minus 155.
Yeah, not doing it on the road.
Come on.
Ain't happening.
All right, so let's see. All right, let's move on to one of your great picks yesterday was a call on the Cubs, despite the fact that Washington was throwing a marquee starter up there, and that was a classic situation when you have a team that's doing well. A lot of times, some of their best value is when they're going up against another team where there's a starting pitcher who's great and a good reputation because that brings their line way down, but the value is still there because it's just the team that has the value. And maybe we have the same situation here. You have Lackey and Scherzer. Do you want to bet against Scherzer? I don't know, but if you want the Cubs, minus 104 you can have Mike Brenner.
I just don't want to bet on Lackey.
Right.
I just don't. And yesterday, I was a little surprised at how much, because Joe Ross is a horse. The guy is a horse, but this is just how good this Cubs team is. And again, I've said it a million times, it starts with this Joe Madden. But today, Lackey's getting older. He hasn't impressed me as far as consistency. Staying off at Pistol Pete, but I will be enjoying that game as a fan. Popping a cold one.
Okay, fair enough. And now let's move on to the next game in the series that both of us nailed yesterday, which was Toronto, right?
Yeah.
We nailed that. We nailed that.
Crushed it, baby.
Look, we make a lot of horrible calls in these shows. Yeah. When we make a good one, we can fist bump on it. And look, we expected the Toronto's lineup to finally wake up against, they did.
Yeah, absolutely. That volcano finally erupted.
Now the question is, long term, does that mean they're still going to wake up? And this is a very different situation here, right? They're facing a righty and an awesome righty, Maeda, and the Dodgers money line with Maeda going. I mean, he had one speed bump start in his last start, but he's looking awesome in every other. He looked awesome in every other start. You can get him at plus 139 right now. What's your take on the Dodgers in Toronto? That's a tricky game.
Well, it's Maeda that's keeping me off of it, even though I still think I might pull it. I don't know, Pistol Pete. I want to pull the trigger.
I'm tempted to go on Dodgers first 5. That's what
they just don't have any bats. Dodgers, the offense scares me. You know what? I'm just staying off of this one. I've got to stay off it.
That is a tricky one. All right, let's see. What else do you want to discuss here? Well, how many picks? I'll tell you what. This is actually yesterday. There were a lot of picks that I was liking and a lot of borderline picks. Today, I looked at that.
I didn't see a bunch for me.
Yeah, there's nothing that jumped out at me. It's like, oh, I'm going to give that. I am going to give 2 picks in the end, but
I got 3, and there's one that really jumped out.
All right, let's hear that.
Pretty heavy, okay, and I like it. I'm going with the run line with Arizona with Greinke on the mound. You got 2 managers that are already in jeopardy with their jobs. Freddie Gonzalez for the Braves, Chip Hale for Arizona. All right, but Arizona, Greinke is starting to find his groove a little bit, and he's pitching in. I think it's a very good pitcher's park, which is in Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, this is like when he pitched against San Diego in San Diego. Like, if he can't figure it out here, he's not going to figure it out here. And here we have the same situation.
Exactly, and I really like it. The team's lost 6 in a row, so today they got to just step up offensively. The Braves are the Braves. Aaron Blair, he's not bad. He's 0-1, 3.18 ERA. The kid's an up-and-comer. But they were outscored 75-40, all right, literally. In the games that they were
horrific.
They're horrific, bro. I don't know what else to say. I'm not knocking the Braves.
You don't have to say anything else.
But I'm going with Arizona. I like Greinke to get it done. Now, line shopper, if you can find me a better value, give me that 115 or more.
Yeah, 115. Bookmaker.
Taking
The
it.
bookmaker books
Good
have,
job.
the Chris books have minus 1. Yeah, look. Greinke is a guy who I feel like I've had a good read on him, and in most situations I'm looking to fade him. But when he's going against the dregs of the MLB in a pitcher-friendly park, I think you got to go on him.
I think so too, and I think it's a good time for him to straighten out.
All right, so Arizona minus 115. All right, I'll give one of my picks here, which is all right, Boston and the Yankees. This is an interesting one, right? Pineda's a very interesting guy because he has peripherals. The advanced, there's a lot of nerds who crunch these numbers in baseball, right?
You think so?
Yeah, no. Oh my God, yeah, they and I like those nerds.
I do too, buddy.
I'm like basically one of them, and Pineda is one of these guys who has like. Amazing peripherals.
Yeah.
He gets a ton of strikeouts, gives up almost no walks, and doesn't give up a lot of home runs, so you expect him to be really good. But his overall results, he's kind of fluky. He just doesn't, he's very, very, very hittable, and it's kind of because of the way he pitches. And so he's a tricky guy. You'd expect him to do a lot better than he does. In today's game, though, I think he's going to be okay. And then on the other side, Porcello, we know, a sinker baller who has, in general, been very effective.
Yes.
I think that this game, at least in the first 5 innings, is going to be relatively low scoring.
Okay.
I'm going to take the first 5 innings under 4 minus 120.
Okay.
I mean, it's at Heritage.
Under.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that's,
Yeah, and the Yankees ballpark is a tricky one because at times it can be, sometimes it started out with a reputation of being a hitter-friendly park.
When they first built
it. Because the right field porch was so short. But then, long-term, it became obvious that it was actually kind of spacious, and a lot of pitchers said that they didn't mind pitching there. So it can be
it's an interesting outlook there,
ballpark,
Pistol Pete. I like that.
So I'm going to take that one, first 5 innings, under 4. I would really like to take the full game as well, but I'm going to hold off on that for now. What else would you like to share with us, Mike?
Well, I like Cleveland today on the money line minus 139. I found it now with Salazar on the mound.
Yeah.
Help me out of your line shopper.
Well, no,
What's
we're going
that?
to give you. We're going to go to BetOnline and SportsBetting.ag. We're going to give you minus 134, baby.
Okay, I'm going to take it. I'll take that extra 5 because you know what? This team just scored 20 runs in 3 games, sweeping Detroit, picking up momentum. They're at home against the Kansas City team. Ventura is good. He's not a bad pitcher.
Yeah.
But and we've talked about this, Pete. Where is the offense for KC? All right, they're getting older.
It's
not there.
Don't look for it.
I think they quenched their thirst last year. Guess what? I'm cashing today. Cleveland on the money line minus 139. Let's get it done, Salazar.
Minus 135. Yeah, you can find defense.
Or 134,
and
actually. Yeah.
And actually, that's interesting because when that was one of the games that, like I said, there was not a lot that jumped out at me. That was one I was like, all my notes here. I'm like, I really want Cleveland, but then I was like, do I dare take Cleveland as this big of a fave? At that time, it was minus 148.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, now, I don't know. Now it's creeping
just got
down.
It at 134 for me. So.
I'm really tempted to tail that. I'm going to hold off, but that is definitely a borderline tail. I definitely was thinking.
Give us another one of yours, pick.
All right, give us another one. Okay, it's going to be a no-brainer pick, and actually, the line isn't out yet, but it is going to be second half Milwaukee against Cincinnati. It's a no-brainer. You're really good at these like no-brainer picks that you pick game in and game out, and then people get attack you for it. They're like, Mike Brenner picks the same pick every game. It's like, yeah, because they're freaking winning.
It's working. Yeah. I had one guy. Why you keep betting that team? Because they keep cashing.
Yeah, and so I'm going to take Milwaukee second half. And for anyone who accused me of picking that every time, my answer is yes, I do. And for everyone who's like, why? My answer is because it's working.
There you go.
Cincinnati has a terrible bullpen that we know about. This game has 2 young starters. We don't know what the situation is going to be there, but the second half line should be about minus 115 or so, minus 120 or so, and I'm gonna give it again. Milwaukee second half.
Man, why not? I like it, Pete. I like it. You really got a rhythm going with those second halves.
Okay, what's your third pick?
My third pick today is. I'm going with the Giants on the run line. I found it plus 110. Let's see if Pistol Pete can find me a couple more pennies on that.
Well, we can give you one more penny. Plus 111.
Hey, I'll take it. By God, I'll take it. You know, I remember when I was a little kid walking around, if I saw a penny on the ground, I picked it up. But no, Bumgarner, he's got to, he needs that offense. This team got shellacked last night, 17-7. All right, they got their asses handed to them.
That was actually one of my last-minute tweets on the first half.
Was it really?
Colorado,
And it nailed.
Yeah.
Bam. Good job, Pistol Pete. Yeah, I just think Bumgarner's going to straighten this one out today. And Bettis, he needs to watch Brandon Belt. Brandon Belt hits him very good. He's 7 for 12 against him. Belt's in the lineup today for the Giants. You know that's in his head. So I like it. This kid's got a 5.16 ERA against the Giants. He struggles. Bettis does against the Giants. And it's at home. Bumgarner on the mound. I love it. They've lost 3-4 to Colorado.
I definitely endorse that. I'm not sure if I'm going to wind up hailing it myself later on. But
they've been outscored 40-26 against Colorado. Where's Posey? Where's these bats when they need it? So today with Bumgarner, they may not get a bunch of runs, but they're going to get enough to cover that run line.
Sounds good. It's an interesting card today. Kind of, nothing that really jumped out at us as opposed to like the Alfredo Simon getting crushed or someone getting crushed in the Cincinnati game yesterday. All right, so let's review our picks. I'll go first. I'm on Boston and the Yankees. First 5 innings under 4, and I'm also going to be on Milwaukee second half, which doesn't have a line out right now, but I will give it when the opening comes out. Should be about -115, and you have 3 picks, Mike Brenner?
Yes, I do. I'm going with Cleveland. On the money line, Pistol Pete found me a great line, -134. I'm taking Arizona on the run line, +115. And topping it off today with the Giants, Bumgarner on the mound, another run line ticket casher, baby. Yeah. All right, Giants run line +111.
And I will. I'm still feeling my way out around this card, but when I see something that I like, which is likely going to happen, I'll
check
be tweeting
out the tweets. Check
P
it out.
Loshak at Twitter. P Loshak. P is in Papa.
Pete. All right, the season's early, but I'm liking the feel of it, and I'm kind of having a good.
Okay.
Just
that's about it. Hopefully, we have another successful day, and we'll be back tomorrow for the Saturday show.
Let's cash them tickets, baby.